तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। भूर्भुवस्सुवः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। भूर्भुवस्सुवः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्।
ఈశ్వరామా 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 ఏమని తెలుపుదు నీ భాగ్యమమ్మా. ఈశ్వరామా 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 ఏమని తెలుపుదు నీ భాగ్యమమ్మా.
have one message for you. Love all, serve all.
I only have one message for you. Love all, serve all.
I only have one message for you. Love all, serve all.
I only have one message for you. Love all, serve all.
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 I only have one message for you. Love all, serve all.
I only have one message for you. Love all, serve all.
Sai Ram, spread your words in our hearts.
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 In our hearts, a light will spark, message of hope, message of love.
In our hearts a light will spark, message of hope, message of love.
In our hearts, a light will spark, message of hope, message of love.
In our hearts a light will spark, message of hope, message of love.
All serve all.
All serve all.
All serve all.
All serve all.
I only have one message for you. Love all, serve all.
I only have one message for you. Love all, serve all.
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 I only have one message for you. Love all, serve all.
I only have one message for you. Love all, serve all.
Sai Ram, spread your words in our hearts.
Sai Ram, spread your word in our hearts.
In our hearts, a light will spark, message of hope, message of love.
In our hearts a light will spark, message of hope, message of love.
Love all, serve all.
Love all, serve all.
Love all, serve all.
Love all, serve all.
Only have one
Message for you. Love all, serve
ඔබ කෙරෙහි නැගී බැතින් උද වැඩුණු ආදරය මගේ පිළිගන්න සමිඳුනේ. ඔබ කෙරෙහි නොකඩවා මේ කරන දෑත් මගේ පිළිගන්න සමිඳුනේ. දිව්‍ය සන්තානය එක්ව රැඳෙනු රිසි ආත්මයම මගේ පිළිගන්න සමිඳුනේ. කලන රිද්මය අනුවයන මා සිතත් සිතිවිල්ලත් පිළිගන්න සමිඳුනේ. මෙවලමක් කොට මෙම දෙව්පාකමල් මුල පිළිගන්න සමිඳුනේ.
主啊，接过我的爱，让它圆满虔诚入耳怀。主啊，拿着我的手，让他们无休无止地为尔工作。主啊，收下我的灵魂，让它与尔合一。主啊，收下我的心，我的念头，让他们与尔协调一致。主啊，接下我的所有一切，让我成为您的工具。
சுவாமி, என்னுடைய அன்பை ஏற்றுக்கொள்ளுங்கள். அது உங்களுக்கான பூரண பக்தியாக பரிணமிக்கட்டும். சுவாமி, எனது கரங்களை ஏற்றுக்கொள்ளுங்கள். அவை உங்களுடைய பணியை இடைவிடாது செய்யட்டும். சுவாமி, எனது ஆன்மாவை ஏற்றுக்கொள்ளுங்கள். அது உம்முடனேயே என்றும் இருக்கட்டும். சுவாமி, எனது மனதையும் எண்ணங்களையும் ஏற்றுக்கொள்ளுங்கள். அவை தங்களுடன் ஒத்திசைந்திருக்கட்டும். சுவாமி, என்னுடைய அனைத்தையும் ஏற்றுக்கொள்ளுங்கள். நான் தங்கள் பணி செய்யும் கருவியாக இருப்பேன்.
主啊，請將我的愛帶走，讓它充滿着對你的關愛和忠誠。主啊，請讓我的雙手不間斷地為你工作。主啊，帶走我的靈魂，讓它與你合二為一，融為一體。主啊，請引領我的想法，讓它都能跟你的思想一致。主啊，把我的一切都拿走，讓他們都成為你的工具。
O Herr, nimm meine Liebe und lass sie in vollständiger Hingabe zu dir fließen. O Herr, nimm meine Hände und lass sie unaufhörlich für dich arbeiten. O Herr, nimm meine Seele und lass sie eins werden mit dir. O Herr, nimm meinen Geist und meine Gedanken und lass sie im Einklang mit dir sein. O Herr, nimm mich ganz und lass mich dein Werkzeug sein.
神様、どうか私の愛を受け、その愛が全く消えとなってあなたへ流れるようにしてください。神様、どうか私の手を取って絶えずあなたの役に立たせてください。神様、どうか私の魂を受け、あなたと一つに溶け込ませてください。神様、どうか私の心と思いを受け、あなたと調和させてください。神様、どうか私のすべてを受け、あなたの役に立つ道具にしてください。
O Panie, weź mą miłość i pozwól jej płynąć w pełni oddania Tobie. O Panie, weź moje ręce i pozwól im nieustannie pracować dla Ciebie. Panie, weź mą duszę i daj jej połączyć się z Tobą. O Panie, weź mój umysł i moje myśli i spraw, by były w harmonii z Tobą. O Panie, zabierz wszystko i uczyń mnie swoim instrumentem.
ระผู้เป็นเจ้าโปรดทรงรับความรักของข้าพเจ้าและให้มันได้เดินทางไปถึงพระองค์ด้วยเถิดพระผู้เป็นเจ้าโปรดทรงรับมือทั้งสองของข้าพเจ้าและให้มันได้ทำงานรับใช้พระองค์โดยไม่หยุดพักด้วยเถิดพระผู้เป็นเจ้าโปรดทรงรับวิญญาณของข้าพเจ้าแล้วหลอมรวมให้มันเป็นหนึ่งเดียวกับพระองค์ด้วยเถิดพระผู้เป็นเจ้าโปรดทรงรับความคิดและจิตใจของข้าพเจ้าแล้วให้มันสอดประสานไปกับพระองค์ด้วยเถิดพระผู้เป็นเจ้าโปรดทรงรับทุกสิ่งทุกอย่างของข้าพเจ้าและขอให้ข้าพเจ้าได้เป็นเครื่องมือในการทำงานของพระองค์ด้วยเถิด
Господи, візьми мою любов, нехай вона лється, сповнена відданості Тобі. Господи, візьми мої руки, нехай вони непрестанно працюють для Тебе. Господи, візьми мою душу, нехай вона стане одним цілим з Твоєю. Господи, візьми мої думки, нехай вони будуть в гармонії з Тобою. Господи, візьми все, що в мене є, нехай моє життя стане інструментом для Тебе.
Ó Pane, vezmi mou lásku a nech ji bez ustání plynout s oddaností do Tebe. Ó Pane, vezmi mé ruce a nech je bez ustání pracovat pro Tebe. Ó Pane, vezmi mou duši a nech ji splynout v jednotu s Tebou. Ó Pane, nech tě má mysl a myšlenky vždy sladěna s Tebou. Ó Pane, vezmi mé všechno a nech mě být Tvým nástrojem.
O Lord, take my love and let it flow in fullness of devotion to Thee. O Lord, take my hands and let them work incessantly for Thee. O Lord, take my soul and let it be merged in one with Thee. O Lord, take my mind and thoughts and let them be in tune with Thee. O Lord, take my everything and let me be an instrument to work.
Brahma, verdad y sabiduría, Brahma, eterna sabiduría, Brahma, verdad y sabiduría, Brahma es verdad, sabiduría, eterno Brahma, eterno Brahma. Vérité, sagesse, félicité, conscience. Vérité, sagesse, félicité, conscience. Vérité, sagesse, félicité, conscience. Vérité, conscience. Sagesse, conscience. Félicité, conscience. Félicité, conscience. Vérité, sagesse, félicité, conscience. Satyam jnanam anantam brahma. 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 Satyam brahma. அசைந்து வரும் பாதம் அசைந்து வரும் பாதம் வருடி தொழும் முன் வந்து நின்றிடும் 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 பாதம் அன்புடனே ஒரு கணம் நினைத்தாலே எங்கிருந்தாலும் ஓடோடி வரும் பாதம் எங்கிருந்தாலும் ஓடோடி வரும் பாதம் எங்கிருந்தாலும் ஓடோடி வரும் பாதம் எங்கிருந்தாலும் ஓடோடி வரும் பாதம் சின்னஞ்சிறிய சிங்கார பாதம் சின்னஞ்சிறிய சிங்கார பாதம் நளின நடை பயில வந்திடும் பாதம் நளின நடை பயில வந்திடும் பாதம் பன்னியிலே விளையாடிய பாதம் பரமன் ஸ்ரீ சத்ய சாயீஷன் பாதம் பரமன் ஸ்ரீ சத்ய சாயீஷன் பாதம் அடிமேலடி வைத்து செய்து வரும் பாதம் அடிமேலடி வைத்து செய்து வரும் பாதம் வருடி தொழும் முன் வந்து நின்றிடும் பாதம் வருடி தொழும் முன் வந்து நின்றிடும் பாதம் அன்புடனே ஒரு கணம் நினைத்தாலே எங்கிருந்தாலும் ஓடோடி வரும் பாதம் எங்கிருந்தாலும் ஓடோடி வரும் பாதம் எங்கிருந்தாலும் ஓடோடி வரும் பாதம் எங்கிருந்தாலும் ஓடோடி வரும் பாதம் சின்னஞ்சிறிய சிங்கார பாதம் நளின நடை பயில வந்திடும் பாதம்.
साईश्वराय नमः हरिः ॐ गणानां त्वात् गणपतिगुं हवामहे कविं कवीनामुपमश्रवस्तमम् ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणां ब्रह्मणस्पत आन शृण्वन्नोतिभिः सीदसादनम् प्रणो देवी सरस्वती वाजेभिर्वाजिनीवती तेनाववित्र्यवतु गणेशाय नमः सरस्वत्यै नमः श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ॐ
Sai Rams. On this auspicious day, I offer my love and gratitude to our most beloved Bhagwan. I am pleased to introduce Dr. Haima Reddy, an ardent devotee of Swami since the early 1980s. As a medical student, she was awarded the prestigious President of India Medal for Excellence in Academics. She has also received several awards in her distinguished career as a pediatrician in California, spanning over 4 decades. She is an active participant in the Sai organization programs, including taking the leadership role in organizing this online Ladies' Day celebration. Dr. Haima Reddy and her family have hosted a Sai Center in their home for more than 40 years. She was privileged to speak in the Divine Presence in Prasanthi Nilayam on several occasions. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Haima Reddy, an exemplary devotee of Swami, a good wife, a wonderful mother and grandmother, and a generous and loving friend to all.
Om Sri Sai Ram. I offer my humble and loving pranams at the lotus feet of Divine Mother Sai. Loving Sai Ram to all of you. I welcome you all on this auspicious occasion of Ladies' Day celebrations. Out of His infinite grace, Bhagavan Sri Sathya Sai Baba declared November 19th as the Ladies' Day on November 19th, 1995. The theme for this Ladies' Day 2020 is Women are the Beacons of the Nations. Swami emphasized in his discourses the role of women in establishing peace in the world. Swami says, when there is harmony in the home, there will be order in the nation. When there is order in the nation, there will be peace in the world. Women, as we play different roles as daughter, sister, wife, mother, we have the infinite capacity to bring harmony and peace at home. Swami extolled women in his discourses that women have virtues like forbearance, sacrifice, love, and compassion. The greatest example for all of us was Mother Ishwarama, the chosen mother of Bhagavan Sri Sathya Sai Baba. She was embodiment of love and sacrifice. She was always concerned about the welfare of others, and Swami has mentioned this in his divine discourses. Swami is our eternal companion. In 1994, I was diagnosed with a serious health problem. My doctor recommended surgery, and I got concerned, and I decided to go to Puttaparthi, have Swami's darshan, and seek his blessings. Out of his infinite grace and love, Swami called us for an interview. And in the interview, I expressed my concern, and Swami materialized vibhuti and gave it to me. Once I took the vibhuti, my health problem was completely cured, and all my worries vanished. That's the time I experienced Swami's love, which is that of 1,000 mothers. We all know that mothers were the inspiration behind the success of great leaders such as Abraham Lincoln, Mahatma Gandhi, and Shivaji. There are many great women with courage and intellect in the fields of science, politics, and social service. Let us discharge our responsibilities with dignity and honor to earn His grace. I wish all of you a happy Ladies' Day. May Swami shower His choicest blessings on all of us. Jai Sai Ram.
ఈ రకమైనటువంటి అవస్థలను మనం వింటున్నామంటే దీనికి మూల కారణం ఏమిటి?
If today's world we are listening to so many adverse things, what is the reason?
గుణవంతులైన తల్లిదండ్రులు ఇంట్లో లేరు.
Because the parents themselves are not
ఆ ఇంట్లో గుణవంతులైన తల్లిదండ్రులు లేకపోవడం చేతనే గుణవంతులైనటువంటి బిడ్డలు అభివృద్ధి కావటం లేదు.
If the parents are not good by themselves, the children really cannot become good.
కనుక మొట్టమొదట గృహమే ప్రధానం, మొట్టమొదటి స్కూలు.
So the first thing is the home of the school.
ఇలాంటి ప్రబోధనలు చేసే నిమిత్తమైపోయి ఈ 19వ తేదీ నవంబర్ 19వ తేదీ ఈ దినము పవిత్రమైన దినంగా రూపొందింపచేశాము.
So to give you this message, November 19th has become a very holy day.
November 19th అనేది ఏదో ఒక తమాష కోసం నిర్ణయించింది కాదు.
November 19 is not there for mere.
తల్లుల యొక్క ప్రేమతత్వాన్ని జగత్తుకు చాటాలి.
To disseminate the mother's love to the whole world.
పిల్లలను పవిత్రవంతులుగా రూపొందింపచేయాలి.
And the children should become pure.
ఆదర్శవంతమైన పుత్రులుగా రూపొందించాలి.
They must become exemplary children.
అందు నిమిత్తమై 19వ తేదీ పవిత్రమైన దినంగా రూపొందింపచేశాము.
For this reason, this 19th is become a hallowed day.
కనుక ఈ 19th అనేటువంటిది ఇంకా జన్మమంతా ఎన్ని జన్మలు వచ్చినా కానీ ఈ 19th ఏనాటికి మారదు ఇంకా.
So time may pass, eons may pass, but 19th will remain forever.
సంవత్సరాలైనప్పటికీ నవంబర్ 19th ఏనాటికి మారదు.
Many years may go by, but the November 19th
స్వామి యొక్క దృఢమైనటువంటి సంకల్పంతో చేసినటువంటిది
will never change because it is the outcome of Swami.
చాలా మంది ఇంకా నెల కూడా 19వ తేదీకి అంతా కూడా పండుగలు చేసుకుంటున్నారు.
And on November 19th, many people do celebrate it.
కనుకనే ఈ 19వ తేదీకి భగవంతుని ప్రేమను పొందే నిమిత్తమై ఆచరించేసినవి మీరు భావించాలి.
So you must think that November 19th has been earmarked for all of us to obtain the love of God.
Let's be who we are. Lady is a star shining bright. She changes darkness into light. Her virtues are her beauty, love and truth her duty. We are the beacons of the nations. Our heads, hearts and hands work for spiritual transformation. Loving thoughts, words and deeds uplift our homes and family needs. Let's be who we are. Ladies have the power to funnel and to shower. Love and truth, our duty, and virtues such as beauty. We are the beacons of the nations. Our heads, hearts and hands work for spiritual transformation. Loving thoughts, words and deeds uplift our homes and family needs.
Let's be who we are. Oh, lady is the star shining bright. She changes darkness into light. Her virtues are her beauty, and love and truth her duty.
We are the beacons of the nations. Our heads,
the beacons of the nation.
I'm delighted to introduce our first speaker, Dr. Mogi Nayagar, who has had a distinguished career in the field of education in New Zealand, Asia, and Africa. She is the director of New Zealand's Sathya Sai Institute of Education, board chairperson and founding member of Sathya Sai Preschool in Rangomai, New Zealand. Dr. Nayagar and her family have been instrumental in nurturing the love for Sai in their Cook Island community and has organized pilgrimages to Prasanthi Nilayam. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Mogi Nayagar.
Loving Sairam, dear all, as I contemplate on this topic, women are the beacons of the nations. I immediately find myself in the realm of love, women as the beacon of inclusive love. I'm reminded of an experience I had while driving through a village near the Kaveri River in South India. Seated on the banks of the river were 3 people, a mother, a child, and a dog. The mother would feed the baby a mouth of rice and the dog at the same time. This observation reminds me of an incident in the Shirdi Baba avatar, when Baba told one of the devotees who fed a dog a piece of bread, "Oh mother, the piece of bread that you fed me made me content." The devotee replied, somewhat confused, "Baba, I myself am dependent on the boarding house to provide me with meals. I did not feed you." Baba replied, "The dog that you fed is none other than me." I'm grateful to this mother for teaching me this maternal love of oneness that make a woman a beacon of light, to love all and serve all in her family, in her community, in her nation. Now let us look at the role of women as beacons to nurture a sense of community belonging and self-expansive identity. It takes one person to build a village. It takes a whole village to build one person. This is an old saying from my motherland, Africa. In his discourse on April 19, 1998, Swami extolled women, saying they have 7 virtues: truth, love, righteousness, peace, patience, bliss, and empathy. The village mother's expansive love embedded an expansive self-identity in us kids. To elaborate further on expansive identity, I want to share a challenging experience. It was a Friday night and we had finished work late, and my husband wanted to drive our colleagues to their home. On the way, he stopped at the gas station to fill the car. After filling the car, he turned on the ignition and the car just wouldn't start. Both of us quietly called on Swami. As we were parked on the forecourt of the gas station, a young man wielding a kitchen knife came to my side of the car and fiercely knocked on my window, saying, "You know, I can cut you to pieces and no one will know. Are you scared?" I wound down my window, and as I did this, he placed the knife on my throat. I calmly and lovingly addressed it. "Buti, no, I'm not scared. Why would I be scared of you? You are my younger brother." He looked at me and smiled and whistled to the rest of the gang to bring their car to jumpstart ours. On hindsight, this Buti was responding to love. At that moment, it was vital that my words were fused with love, my thoughts were aligned in brotherly love, and my gestures genuinely reflected love for a brother. This experience made 3HB my mandate. Unity of thought, word, and action. Gratitude indeed to Swami for calming a potentially dangerous situation, for giving me the courage to be loving in a moment of crisis. The next aspect of the discussion is about mothers as beacons polishing the inner diamond of children. In New Zealand, women are honored as the home of the ancestors. The inner diamond polishing begins with the welcome to nation chants that align perfectly with Swami's words. The womb of the mother symbolizes Mother Earth, so the mother's womb should be filled with good thoughts, good words, and good deeds. Let us look at how do our mothers polish our inner diamond. Once Swami asked me, "How many children?" I said 3, Swami. Swami replied, only 3? Our Saima taught me a wonderful lesson. Children born to us are Karma Putra, and all other children are our Prema Putra. Swami gives us the gift of darshan, sparshan and sambharshan. Similarly, a mother's loving looks, darshan, sacred touch, sparshan, and conscious conversations, sambharshan, polish the child's inner diamond. In the early 90s, a group of us were working on an EHV resource book. As I had no time to check the children's homework, I chatted to Swami's picture and asked him to please check on the children while I was out. On my return that night, I was astonished to hear my 8-year-old daughter telling me about how Swami stepped out from the picture, walked in the house, and told her not to be afraid as he had come to take care of them. Words cannot describe my ecstasy, and more importantly, the indelible lifelong affirmation, the inner diamond polishing experience, assuring my daughter of Swami's guidance and compassion. Swami's desire for women is that we should take up the reins of leadership and bring peace and prosperity to the nation by leading ideal lives. He reminds us of our role as the torchbearers of refinement and the role to toil for the emancipation of the nation. As beacons of the nation, let us always remember there is a Mother Teresa, Jhansi Ki Rani and a Maya Angelou in each one of us to uphold Dharma and spread love. Jai Sai Ram.
Our next speaker from Nepal has already set a blazing trail. A Balavika student, a graduate of Sathya Sai International Leadership Program, she captained the national soccer team in Norway Cup a few years ago. She graduated from medical school in 2019 and is currently serving as a medical officer and has participated in several national and international camps, including in Prasanthi Nilayam and UK. We now welcome Dr. Prishita Banskota.
Om Shri Sai Ram. I offer my most loving pranams at the lotus feet of our beloved Lord, Bhagavan Shri Sathya Sai Baba. Respected elders, dear brothers and sisters, loving Sai Ram to all of you. This day, the 19th of November, makes us feel extra special as it has been entitled by our Swami. I feel very blessed to have this opportunity to celebrate this auspicious day together with you all. Since ancient times, the feminine aspect of the divine has been worshipped in various ways. The Vedas declare that where women are honored and esteemed, divinity pervades with all its potency. Swami says, women represent Prakriti, the goddess of nature. This goddess represents energy, and this world is run by that energy. We have known this since time immemorial. Additionally, Swami gifted this day, which is a boon to us. We know how Every word and every action of Swami has meaning. So, declaring this day as Ladies' Day must have some great significance. Swami emphasizes on qualities like fame, prosperity, speech, memory, intelligence, steadfastness, and forbearance which are present in women. In this regard, I would like to start with an experience of mine. This experience occurred during my internship days in the plastic surgery department in the burn unit. We had received a middle-aged lady with almost half of her body burned. This mishap had happened when she was cooking and her dress caught on fire. My professor had assigned me to take care of this patient, so I had to check her nutritional status and her overall well-being. This allowed me to spend a couple of hours with her every day. During her hospital stay, she had undergone surgery a few times. Dressings were to be done twice a day. And to let you know, on a scale of 10, burn dressings are 9, which means it is one of the most painful events. People say, when it hurts, observe. Life is trying to teach you something. So what did this woman teach me then? As I contemplate, she tolerated the most extreme pain. She did cry and yell, but never complained to her family members. That is the spirit of patience and forbearance. Secondly, whenever she got a phone call from her children from the village, before they spoke, she eagerly asked whether they were eating well or not. That is the caring nature of a mother. Most importantly, later on we came to know how the accident had occurred. Someone had kept a bottle of kerosene in the kitchen. That caused an explosion, and she became the victim of that accident. Knowing this, she was outraged for a moment, but then after a few hours, when asked how she was feeling, her reply was, "I cannot undo what happened to me. Maybe that accident had to happen. It was inevitable. I don't want to blame that person." That showed how she practiced the greatest virtue of forgiveness, which Bhagwan has extolled in many of his discourses. Looking back at it, I feel she reflected the entire feminine energy. A lady from a simple and humble background, going through a lot of pain physically as well as mentally, reflected this nature. Similarly, we all go through hardships in our lives, which we have to face with equanimity. Now the question is, do we even consider them? Do we realize how fortunate we have been blessed with such virtues? This is the reason why the creator of the entire universe, our Bhagwan, also created a special day for us ladies. It is to realize how blessed we are with such inherent qualities. Just like how we set an alarm to wake up, this is a sign to remind us what we are capable of, which qualities we should develop, and how important they are for a better society. We are given that power. Let's acknowledge, foster, cherish, and celebrate this beautiful opportunity given by our Swami. May we be able to live in our Mother Sai's love with guidance and blessings. Jai Sai Ram.
Life is a challenge. Meet it. Life is a dream. Realize it. Life is a game. Play it.
the religion of love. Family bound by the religion of love. We all are members of the same. We all are members of the same. Family bound by the religion of love. Family bound by the religion of love. We all are members of the same. We all are members of the same. Family bound by the religion of love. Family bound by the religion of love. We all are members of the same. Family bound by the religion of love. Family bound by the religion of love. We all are members of the same. Family bound by the religion of love. Family bound by the religion of love. Life is a challenge. Life is a dream. Life is a game. Life is a love. We all are members of the same. We all are members of the same. Family bound by the religion of love.
Sairam. My name is Lisa. I live in Canada and I am a teacher. The 17 and 18-year-olds I teach in college are lovely students, kind, hardworking, and respectful. They are also burdened by anxiety, worry, and stress. Swami's teachings have led me to consider how I can use my head, heart, and hands to teach them to grow in character, as well as in book knowledge. I experience my own spiritual growth as I try to model the 5 human values in all my interactions with my students. Some days this is easier said than done. But in taking the time to practice patience, to smile, to show appreciation for their efforts, to use nonviolent conflict resolution when debates get heated, to ask them what is the meaning of a good life, to assess choices leaders of communities make, to evaluate best responses to hate and racism. In doing these things for them, I find I am actually holding up a mirror to myself, my thoughts, my actions, and growing spiritually because of it. Sairam.
Hello everyone, my name is Swati and I live in Seattle City in United States. Sathya Sai Baba's teachings have definitely inspired me to live a harmonious life at home as well as at my workplace. I have personally implemented many of his teachings, including the WATCH framework that I learned in my SSC classes. This framework is to watch my words, actions, thoughts, character, and heart. With this simple framework, I avoided many situations that led to conflict and also successfully maintained harmony and accountability in my personal and professional relationships. As our beloved Baba says, where there is peace, there is God, and where there is God, there is bliss. This beautiful framework has helped me in attaining peace and bliss. Thank you.
Sairam, I'm Pam Lin from Zone 5, Taiwan. I am a professor. Something happened on me in the summer of 2018. One night, I got severe pain in my abdomen and my body was burning hot. I was sent back to Taipei by an ambulance and had emergency operation and stayed in the intensive care unit for 3 days. When I'm in the ICU, I felt extremely uncomfortable because of the various tubes all over my body. Then I was in coma. When I awake, I couldn't speak, neither could I move freely. The only thing that I could do was meditate on Swami and chant the Gayatri mantra. Most of the time, I was in bed alone. However, I did not have any fear in my heart. The only thing that I knew was to leave everything to Swami. After 1 week in the general ward and more than 1 month's rest at home, I recovered and returned to work again. It seems that nothing had happened. I myself has experienced the miracle of Swami. Now I know. All I need to do is following his teaching and marching on the spiritual path steadily. May Swami bless all over the world. Jai Sai Ram.
Swami has often said that the mother is a child's first teacher. Children are paying attention to the world around them every waking moment. They watch how their parents and elders talk, react to situations, and interact with others. Therefore, parenting is a great responsibility and delicate balance between love and discipline. Swami is the best role model, bringing in the right blend of love, discipline, and encouragement. Discipline is not just for the child, but for the parent too. Let us visit this lovely family and see how both a mother and daughter were transformed by tough love. Throwing a tantrum.
I have nothing to do. Ma, you are away at work the whole day, and when you are home, you are in the kitchen. Even after dinner, you again take your laptop and go back to work.
I have to finish this work for an important meeting next week, darling. I've taken vacation for 2 weeks and it's only to spend time with you.
Shaika returns home next week. I will be busy with her then. You don't love me at all. At least Dad spends a little time with me on the weekends. But you are always busy cooking, cleaning, or working on your favorite laptop.
Tanya storms back angrily to her room.
Rhea, I won't be home until late today. An emergency surgery has to be performed and I have to leave very early tomorrow morning as my flight for the weekend seminar is at 7 a.m. Hope Tanya and you had a good day. I'm really sorry, but I have to go now. Take care.
Tanish, I wish you were here though. I don't know when to get started for my Wednesday's meeting deck.
Rhea wearily puts away her laptop and goes into her daughter's room. Rhea notices Tanya's diary next to the bed. She picks it and reads, "I wish Mama loves me and spends time with me." Rhea sighs and looks at Swami's photo.
Swami, why is Tanya so difficult? Can't she see? I love her so much. Today, I cooked her favorite dish. Last week, I bought her the shoes she's been asking for. And in a fortnight, we're going on vacation too. What more can I do?
She sits down with a cup of tea and looks at the beautiful picture of Swami. The eyes that look down at her seem to send forth a gush of compassionate understanding. A little smile curves up her lips.
Swami, I know you love me understand and accept me just as I am. I wish Tanya understands me.
Riya sits up straight suddenly.
Oh Swami, what have I done? Was I too quick to pass judgment? Am I just using discipline as an excuse to cover my own inadequacies?
Riya goes into Tanya's room again. Looking down at the sleeping child, she ponders.
She's different compared to what I had been that age. But then, aren't other things different as well? I grew up with my grandparents and extended family. I had my cousins to play with and keep me company. There was always someone visiting us. In this part of the world, we live far away from grandparents and relatives. In this apartment complex, there are hardly any children of Tanya's age. I always questioned her for asking me to take her to the mall or even a restaurant.
What about mothers these days? Riya couldn't escape that uncomfortable thought. Balancing 100 things, trying to be superwoman.
In my quest of being the perfect woman, have I neglected the most important role that God has blessed me with, the role of a mother?
The steady flow of thoughts continued as she slipped back into a chair. Swami's smile now seemed to be broader and more encouraging.
I know what I need to do. Thank you, Swami.
In the shopping mall, there are other girls with their mothers, aunts, and grandmothers smiling and walking from shop to shop.
Tanya, that top looks really nice. Why don't you pick one up?
No, Ma. That shop is too expensive.
Tanya is helping an old woman at the grocery, and Riya is looking at Tanya with pride.
Swami, is this the same cranky Tanya at home? In my eagerness to correct her, I failed to acknowledge her good qualities.
Just as they enter the house, Riya's phone rings. Riya looks apologetically at Tanya and signals that it is an important work call. A bowl of steaming hot pasta beckoned invitingly from the table. Tanya sets out the dinner plates when Riya enters and is touched by the gesture.
Is this the same daughter who refused to enter the kitchen except when she needed a snack? Here, she's made a simple meal all by herself.
Hello, Ma. Why are you so surprised? I do know how to make a simple meal, but not always, okay?
Riya hides a smile, and mother and daughter settle down for their meal and say their prayer.
Ma, thanks for spending this afternoon with me. I know you are very busy. Still, you took out some time for me.
Switching off the kitchen lights, Riya enters Tanya's room and sees her watching TV. Riya to herself.
TV again? For such a long time. This girl will spoil her eyes. Should I overlook this? It could spoil an otherwise a perfect day. But Swami says that discipline goes hand in hand. Tanya, I love you. Thank you for helping me out with dinner. I have never had such a nice meal in a long time. Come with me to take the dog out for a walk, please.
Looks rebellious, then calms down seeing Riya's loving gesture.
Okay, Ma, as you wish.
Tanya turns off the TV and goes out with her mother. Before Riya retired to bed that night, she spent her customary few quiet minutes in the living room looking at Swami's picture, reflecting on the events of the past few days.
So many lessons in one day. It's your love, Swami, that inspires me to be a better person each day. Thank you, Swami, and please always guide us and guard us.
Swami says, only dedicated mothers can offer to the nation children who will strive for a great future for the country. Jai Sai Ram.
On this occasion of Ladies' Day, the Sai Young Adults reached out to a bunch of diverse women just to see what we have in common. Ladies of all ages were asked to answer 3 questions.
Because I have very long hair, and girls are better than the boys, and I'm better than the boys in my class. It's fun and it's special and it's nice, and I'm kind and I'm helpful to others, and I'm confident and I'm brave and I'm strong and I'm Sai Baba's child.
Because as a woman, we hold so much power in impacting the world for the better. And as a woman, I know that I will always have a family in the form of other women of different language, culture, and age who are always going to be there for me.
What I love about being a woman is that we have so much more entitlements and empowerment in this day and age, where we are able to influence the immediate family as well as our business life. So we've definitely come a long way.
Я считаю, что это благословение быть женщиной, потому что в нашей природе жить по сердцу, и поэтому нам легче быть ближе к Богу.
A woman is a symbol of love, patience, forbearance.
A woman is not just about lipsticks and eyeshadow and hairstyling. No, it's the virtues of a woman. And I tell you, it's great to be born as a woman.
I think that Swami did that to honor ladies around the world who put in a lot of good effort to keep the family happy.
Okay.
Well, I think when the women do their hard work, they should be rewarded with a special day entirely just for them.
And therefore, for Swami, a lady's qualities are very important to our society and plays a very important role, and therefore he has declared today as Ladies' Day.
To be a good mother, to be a good sister, and to be a good daughter.
Swami dedicated this very special day as a Ladies' Day to let mankind know and understand the value of a woman's love, compassion, and her concern for the welfare of all.
Swami nos llama encarnaciones del amor, pero a las mujeres nos llamó encarnaciones de la devoción, en reconocimiento al ser que lo sacrifica todo y se esfuerza por mantener la armonía en el hogar.
Mother is the very foundation of entire world. Women are given due recognition and encouragement to serve the home, country, and the entire world gloriously, contributing to the welfare of entire humanity.
Sai Ram. Swami declared 19th November as Ladies' Day to show the world the good qualities of women who are the source of truth and culture.
Papa is the sun and all the ladies are the way. Be strong, be confident, and be loved, and be magical, and love.
Es que cuidamos a nuestra madre naturaleza porque ella es la que nos da la vida, el oxígeno, y que no importa el color de piel, todos somos iguales, pero con pensamientos muy diferentes y cada quien tiene su propia belleza.
Become a doctor, become a lawyer, become a CEO. Women have the ability to do anything, and you shouldn't listen to anyone saying else.
Jai Sai Ram. My advice to all the women out there is always think positive, and like our Swami says, love all, serve all.
My advice to women is not to be a mother to your own child only, but also be a mother to all the children in the world.
Happy Ladies' Day.
Canta la divina madre, canta la divina mamá, canta la divina madre, canta la divina mamá, canta la divina madre. Canta la divina mamá, canta la divina madre, canta la divina mamá, bienaventurada madre, bienaventurada mamá, bienaventurada. Bienaventurada mamá, bienaventurada madre, bienaventurada mamá, bienaventurada madre, bienaventurada mamá, canta la divina madre. Canta la divina mamá, canta la divina madre, canta la divina mamá, canta la divina madre, canta la divina mamá. Canta la divina madre, canta la divina mamá. Tu forma es amor, madre, tu forma es amor, mamá. Tu forma es amor, madre, tu forma es amor, mamá. Tu forma es amor, madre, tu forma es amor, mamá. Tu forma es amor, madre, tu forma es amor, mamá. Canta la divina madre, canta la divina mamá.
The first guru to the child is the mother.
ಕಣ್ಗಳೇ ಭಾರತೀಯ ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರಧಾನವಾಗಿ తల్లి తండ్రి గురువు దైవం ఈ మూమెంట్ వరుసలోపల తల్లిని మొట్టమొదటిగా పెడుతూ
In the tradition of Bharat, the mother has the first place. So it's the mother, the father, and the
ఎందుకు
guru.
ఈ ప్రదర్శనలు ఉంటారు?
Why did she get the first place?
తల్లి అనగా నవమాసములు మోసి బాధలను అనుభవించి ఆ బిడ్డ నిమిత్తమే తన రక్తములు దారపోసి అనేక ప్రేమల చేత తాను పోషిస్తూ వచ్చింది.
Because the mother carries the child for 9 months and then undergoes all the trouble and the pain and falls sick. Therefore, such a mother we have got to honor. The blood, the food, and the money is all that of the mother. It is the very strength of the mother. So the mother is the God to be revealed. Then she has got to foster and nourish the child. Tanri will just try to neglect. So the father tried to nurture the child. So because the father nurtures the child, he is called. Why is it the mother is the very first?
Sita Rama antaru. Rama Sita ni evaru cheppare.
Everybody says Sita Rama, no baby.
Sita name mottamodalu vastundi.
So Sita's name is the first. It's only after that it is Rama.
Inka reno chuste Parvati Parameshwarudu.
Then Parvati Parameshwara.
Evaraina Parameshwara Parvati antara?
Does anybody say Parameshwara?
Parvati modalu Parameshwara tarvata.
Parvati is first Parameshwara.
Adi Lakshmi Narayana antaru.
In the same way, Lakshmi
Narayana Lakshmi evaru.
Nobody says Narayana. What is the reason for the woman's name coming first? Because woman is a very important. It's only through Prakriti and the worship of Prakriti that you can attain Paramatma. If you cannot honor Prakriti, how can you reach Maha?
Our next speaker is a gifted classical ballet dancer and teacher. Trained in child psychology and SSIO, she served as Japan's National Education Coordinator from 2006 to 2016. She is musically gifted, sings bhajans, plays the harmonium, tambourine, and talam. She has been studying Vedas since 2005 and was instrumental in publishing the Japanese version of Stories for Children Part 2. We now invite Sister Santosh Auta from Japan.
Om Shri Sai Ram. 愛するバガバンの蓮華の御足に平伏いたします。敬愛する年長者の皆様、親愛なる兄弟姉妹の皆様、謹んでサイラムのご挨拶を捧げます。神は偏在です。それは真理です。しかし、世界中の経営者はプッタパルティに恋焦がれます。世界とプラシャンティニライムとでは何が違うのでしょうか。ここには神を信仰する良い人が多くおられます。プラシャンティニライムのシリ・サッティア・サイ・プライマリースクールの女性教師の皆さんは、サイに全てを捧げて尽くしておられます。最も知る者は最も話さないと言われている通り、彼らは決して人前に出ることはありません。ですから私はこの吉祥なレディースデーに素晴らしい女性たちのお話をしなければなりません。ナーラダセンが世界中の良い経営者を探して彼らから学ぶようにと神様に命じられたように、私もこの人生の限りある命の中でぜひともサイの真の経営者に会いたいと長い間ずっと祈り続けてきました。その祈りが叶ってプライマリースクールで世話をさせていただく恩寵をスワミからいただきました。女性教師たちは思いと言葉と行動がいつも完全に調和していました。これは 3HV の見事な実践です。日本では子供が犯した罪を正すことに迷いがある親や教師が多く存在します。その理由がここに来て分かりました。それは自分が実践できていないことを正すと己の良心が痛むからです。彼らは完全にヒューマンバリューを実践しているため、規律に反する子供たちの罪を正すことができるのです。彼らはどんな時でも、それがどんなに小さなことであっても、規律に反する行いに対して全身全霊で子供たちに向き合います。私はその迫力に圧倒されました。 子供を正すためには大きなエネルギーを必要とします。教師たちは完全な信仰による大きな神聖エネルギーを持っています。優しい教師でいることは悪を正すよりも楽だと感じることもあります。しかし、正面から子供と向き合う教師の誠実さは子供たちのハートにまっすぐ届くので、子供たちの変容は驚くほど早いのです。子供たちはしっかりと差異の規律を守るようになります。子猫のように愛らしくいたずら好きな幼い子供たちがわずか数年でいわゆる立派な差異の経営者に変容していく姿は感動的でした。規律の中でこそ差異の愛は美しく輝きます。ある時、私がスクールに来て間もない頃、朝食のために食堂に行きました。すると、ある先生がニコニコしながらホットミルクを持ってきてくださいました。私はありがたくそのミルクをいただこうとしたとき、あまりの熱さに驚きました。コップは手で触れることができないほど熱かったのです。このミルクを先生は私のために素手で持ってきてくださったのか。他人へのこれほどまでの深い愛を一体どこで見ることができるでしょうか。彼らは1秒でさえも時間を無駄にしません。すべての時間を他者のために尽くします。もしもほんの少し時間ができたなら、彼らはジャポをして神の皆を唱えます。スワミは美しい才の宝石である女性たちを通して本当の愛と規律を見せてくださいました。最後に神への感謝を込めてスワミのテルグの詩を朗読します。息絶えた夫をよみがえらせたサービットリーはインド女性ではなかったか。火に飛び込んで己の純潔を証明したシーターはこの国の娘ではなかったか。7つの海に囲まれたこのバーラタは定説という聖なる道義を胸に秘めている。この聖なる国はすべての国々の教師である。スワミ、どうか私が得たこの学びが日本にも流れていきますように。プラフラーダが歌う甘いバジャンに酔いしれたラークシャーサの子供たちのように、あなたの甘い音調によって私のエゴが一つ残らず愛の歌に変わりますように。ジェイ・サイラム。
ब्रह्मार्पणं ब्रह्महविः ब्रह्माग्नो ब्रह्मणाहुतं ब्रह्मैव तेन गन्तव्यम् ब्रह्मकर्म समाधिना अहं वैश्वानरो भूत्वा प्राणिनां देहमाश्रितः प्राणापानसमायुक्तः पचाम्यन्नं चतुर्विधम्
Our last speaker has a degree in law, black belt in Aikido, a classical Odissi dancer, and a mindfulness coach for women and families. She has served in the Sai Organization of Brazil for over 26 years now in various capacities as a youth coordinator, SSE teacher, SSE EHP facilitator in the Sathya Sai Institute of Education. Her favorite and most cherished role is being the mother of her 2 children. We now welcome Erica Strauss from Brazil.
I offer my pranams at the divine lotus feet of our dear Lord, our dearest mother, Bhagavan Sri Sathya Sai Baba. Dear brothers and sisters, Swami says that women can work and serve society with their talents, but he says that if both wife and husband go to work outside, who will look after the children at home? Let me tell you my story. I graduated in law and was working in a renowned law firm in my country. I also had started to teach law in a recognized institution. As a young woman full of energy and determination, my professional life was developing very good. At that time, in an interview with Swami, he asked me about my job. He asked me what I was working with. I said, I'm a lawyer. Then he said, law, love, lawyers, lovers. He said that I should follow the law of love. Also, Swami mentioned another point. Usually, Swami says the teaching is about ABC. Always be careful, avoid bad company. But relating to my job, he said, run away from bad company. After coming back to Brazil, I reflected a lot and decided to go out from the world of law. Everybody was very astonished and thought I was getting nonsense. Oh, you go to India and come back wanting to give up your professional life? My family, friends, and professional colleagues were very upset to me. For me, it was very difficult because I would no longer have my financial independence and also the recognition that the profession gives you. Swami wanted me to detach from my ego. But I was feeling the force of Sai inside my heart, and this was really everything to me. To be near and dear to Sai is my main purpose of life. About financial independence, in the interview I told Swami, oh Swami, I want to be independent. And then he said to me, be independent. Then he said that a good job would come to me. At that time, I didn't have children, but Swami was preparing me for family life. As a lawyer in a demanding and competitive career, I wouldn't have time to educate my children with excellence. Swami says if both parents go out for jobs, they may be able to satisfy their need for money. But there is every possibility of their children getting spoiled, as there will be nobody at home to educate and give love to them. We women should recognize our responsibilities and conduct ourselves accordingly. After that, I immersed myself in Swami's teachings. I started to learn to chant the Vedas and serve the Sai organization in the youth wing and also in the education of human values. I had 2 children, and Swami made me realize that there is no money, no academic or professional recognition worthy of a mother's career. Love is my most precious reward. All the excellence that I used to put in my work, I applied for my home. I wanted to use all my talents to bring harmony and love to the family. Before, I wanted to be an independent woman with my own money. Then I became an independent woman, a woman dependent on the inner being with the love of Sai. I thank Bhagavan wholeheartedly for this opportunity to serve him from my family. But then what happened is that I was becoming too much focused on my family world. In a dream, I was talking to Swami and I said, "Oh Swami, please bless my father, bless my mother, bless my family." And then he looked very deep into my eyes and he said, "The whole world is your family." Swami says, do not make distinctions between your people and other people. Consider everybody as a member of the universal divine family. Experience bliss by cultivating the spirit of unity. Do not entertain any differences. Treat each body as a temple and offer your salutations. Have the firm conviction that God is present in one and all. So, after my children were grown enough, I started again to develop my professional career. Engage also in social projects and serve society with my talents and abilities. From then on, in many dreams, Swami has been guiding me, my life, and also my professional career. At that time, Swami said that I was going to work with the law of love and that a good job would come to me. And in fact, nowadays, my profession is to apply the law of love in the family. I serve people, helping them to reestablish the flow of love in their lives. According to the law of love, you can only have success in life and in your profession if you have the blessings of your mother and father. And now I feel that I have the blessings not only from my mother and father, but from my divine mother and father, our dear Bhagavan Sri Sathya Sai Baba. I really love what I do, and this was only possible because of Swami's will. I have no words to express my gratitude and love towards our beloved Bhagavan. Swami says that if you consider yourself the operator, he will be the cooperator. But if you consider yourself the cooperator, he himself will be the operator of your life. So, dear brothers and sisters, when we cultivate such a noble thoughts, God will certainly become manifest inside of us and in our lives. Jai Sai Ram.
There is a heart trying our best to do the right thing. Looking around, where do I start? There's nothing hard as showing kindness. I will keep shining this light. Remove all darkness. love inside my heart. I'll try my best to do the right thing.
I'm Anuleshni from Fiji. I'm a lecturer in law at the University of the South Pacific. Sathya Sai Baba has a profound impact in every aspect of my life, both worldly and spiritual, from a very young age. His teachings on watch your thoughts, words, action, character and heart has tuned me to live with constant integrated awareness that Sai and I are one. Watching my thoughts have helped me to understand the power of silence, and through silence I can find motivation, confidence and inspiration to meet challenges in life and achieve my dreams. Sai's teachings have helped me to be successful professionally, take up leadership roles and to serve and empower others. Om Sai Ram.
Sai Ram, my name is Nirmala Vasudevan and I live in Thailand. For the past few months, I have been watching a lot of Samarpan videos on YouTube. I have learned a lot of lessons from them. Today, I would like to share one important lesson. Always have a happy countenance. No castor oil faces, said Baba to the students. Always keep smiling. Baba did not tell the students that life will not throw problems at you. He simply gave us the solution. By having a happy disposition, one's way of looking at a problem changes. A smile brings a pause to our thoughts. I have been practicing this for the past few months. Not that I don't get angry and not that I don't grieve, but then the moments I get angry are fewer and far between. I am a human being and in many different relationships as a mother, as a daughter, as a wife, as a sister-in-law, as a friend, as a daughter and daughter-in-law. I enrich all these relationships only if I am happy. So always keep smiling. Sai Ram.
Om Sri Sai Ram. Mi nombre es Laurelisa León y vivo en la Ciudad de México. Desde hace 30 años participo en la organización Sai de mi país y actualmente tengo la oportunidad de colaborar dentro de la Fundación Sri Sathya Sai de México. Una de las muchas enseñanzas de Baba que han impactado mi vida es que el ser humano fue hecho para ser vegetariano. La primera vez que viajé a Prasanthi Nilayam, estuve un mes dentro del ashram sin comer carne. Al regresar a mi país, un amigo médico me dijo que eso estaba muy mal y me llevó a un restaurante a comer pescado, pues dijo que de otra manera mi cuerpo se iba a descompensar. Al otro día amanecí fuertemente intoxicada y todo mi cuerpo estaba lleno de erupciones. Desde entonces no he vuelto a probar la carne y en diciembre voy a cumplir 30 años de ello. Decidí que es mejor hacerle caso al maestro. Baba dice que comer carne es un mal hábito, pues como es la comida, así es la cabeza. Al comerla, perdemos las cualidades humanas y vivimos en las cualidades animales. Además, agrega que comer carne incita a la violencia, porque se mata y se vende la carne por el hecho de que es consumida. Si uno deja de comer carne, entonces se dejarán de matar los animales y habrá menos violencia en el mundo.
You you show me the way. How can I thank you, oh dear Saima, for all your patience and love, Saima? How can we thank you, oh dear Saima, for all your patience and love, Saima? Ma Saima, 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 Ma Saima. Mother, oh Mother Saima, you mean the whole world to me, Saima. Milhões de mãos querem tocar teus pés e colher o amor que em ti floresce. Milhões querem te ver e nos teus olhos o universo infinito também. Desejo, Senhor, eu te desejo, então venha pra mim. Pode ser que tu estejas na pedra ou no céu ou em qualquer lugar, não me importo, só te peço que nutras o desejo de te ver, te sentir, te tocar. Milhões querem te ouvir dizer: te amo, tu és meu filho amado, meu filho querido. Milhões desejam ter a fé, milhões desejam ter o amor do teu sorriso, Senhor. Milhões de mãos querem tocar teus pés colher o amor que em ti floresce. Milhões querem te ver e nos teus olhos o universo infinito também desejo. Senhor, eu te desejo, então venha pra mim. Pode ser que tu estejas na pedra ou no céu ou em qualquer lugar. Não me importo, só te peço que nutras o desejo de te ver, te sentir, te tocar. Milhões querem te ouvir dizer: te amo, tu és meu filho amado, meu filho querido. Milhões desejam ter a fé, milhões desejam ter o amor do teu sorriso, Senhor, para sempre te amar. Te amo, Senhor, quero sempre te ter. Te amo, Senhor, para sempre sorrir. Ó Senhor, sai contigo viver, para sempre te amar. Te amo, Senhor, quero sempre te ter. Te amo, Senhor, para sempre sorrir. Ó Senhor, sai contigo viver. Te amo.
लंबोदरा हे विनायका
लंबोदरा हे विनायका
लंबोदरा हे विनायका
लंबोदरा हे विनायका
विघ्नहरण
साई है जीवन जीवन सत्य साई 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 साई मेरा जीवन जीवन सहारा
जीवन सत्य साई जय कौशल्यानन्दनरा परमानन्द आनन्दरा
मुदित मन से कहो राम 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 श्री राम 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 मुदित मन से कहो राम 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 राम
सुखद नाव एक राम नाम भव समुद्र सुखद नाव एक राम नाम परम शांति सुख निदान दिव्य राम नाम परम शांति सुख निदान दिव्य राम नाम निराधार को आधार एक 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 राम नाम परम गोप्य परम दिव्य मंत्र राम नाम परम गोप्य परम दिव्य मंत्र राम नाम संत जनर सदा बसत एक राम नाम संत जनर सदा बसत एक राम नाम माता पिता बंधु सखा सब ही 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 राम नाम भक्त जनर जीवन धन एक 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 राम नाम राम 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 श्री राम 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 श्री राम 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 श्री राम 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 श्री राम 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 श्री राम 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 श्री राम 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 श्री राम 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 श्री राम राम राम
ओम जय जगदीश हरि स्वामी सत्य साई हरि भक्त जना संरक्षक भक्त जना संरक्षक पति महेश्वर ओम जय जगदीश हरि शशिवदना श्रीकरा सर्वा प्राणपते स्वामी सर्वा प्राणपते आश्रित कल्पलतिका आश्रित
बोलो भगवान श्री सत्य साई बाबा जी की जय।